Hi, this is Justice, and this is Docu-Dance number 6. And we were, watching a movie, so let me pull it up. I watched Kiki, which was really interesting. I haven't watched the aggressives, although I really want to. I think it's on YouTube. I don't think it's no longer on Netflix anyways. They had like similar ones. Anyways, um, some things that I got from Kiki, I think Kiki was mainly focused on the community itself um, of Vogue and the community that they've created for themselves. Um, what I took from it was they had a lot of good points, and honestly, like it was really touching and really emotional for me to watch. And I think that they did a great job within this documentary, just really expressing how they feel as becoming transgender or coming out the closet, and the struggles that they went through and the struggles that they deal with on a daily basis. And it was actually really emotional, and I can feel their pain and their suffering and their strength through everything. Some things that I did get from this was that everyone should be proud of where they came from. um, the guy who said this, it was funny because he came from a community that was not open to gays. He was actually kicked out of his church, and his mom, although she didn't agree with it, she still loved him, but his father did not agree with that, and had a completely different reaction. Um, I think what's beautiful about Vogue and what was beautiful about Kiki and the community that they created for the Kiki was that they're very expressive and very creative with their costumes, with their movement. It was just so amazing. I feel like even when I see people Vogue in battles here in Arizona, you don't see the same rawness that I seen in the movie. And um, so it was interesting, and it made me think about things, and it made me think about how I would be able to move my body, and how I would be able to Vogue, and how I could apply what I'm seeing to my Vogue. um, I think one important topic that they were talking about is that no matter what they're categorized as, whether they're transgender, whether they're gay, whether um, that they're still individuals, and they get just categorized when they in New York. Ballroom is huge, so like the police know the ballroom community, and they're very judgmental against it, and they don't want, even though everyone there, yeah, it's like transgenders and gays and straights, and they're all in this community, they're all categorized as one rather than looked at as individuals. And I think it's super important that they mention that we are still individuals. It's like saying like everyone who's black is the same. No, like that's not how it works. Like, yeah, they're black, but like they're not the same as the next person. Everyone is their own individual. um like I was talking about in the beginning of this video when I was talking about their hardships. It was the hardship of being themselves. And I think that was really hard for me to like watch and to see. And I'm kind of getting like teary eyed now because I don't think that it should ever be hard to be yourself. And to know that like a lot of the people that are homeless and that get diseases, like it starts when they're young, you know what I'm saying? And it's because they don't have a lot of support, especially from their families. And to know that people are kicked out, just for being what they are, and not having a job because of what they are, it's emotional. And it's just something that like I can't imagine being put in that situation, and I can't imagine putting anyone else in that situation. um So, like I said, the Kiki scene is composed mainly of the youth, and it was so beautiful in this video to see that they actually come together as a community to help the youth and to make sure that people have a place to express themselves and to communicate how they're feeling. And they were one of their friends had died, and they were just talking about like the depression that they go through, and with a suicidal thoughts, or either they're killed by police brutality, or it's a hate crime, and it's just like the fact that someone even has to fear being who they are, um, to a point where they are killed, or to a point where they don't want to live anymore. It's just a life filled with pain, and it's just like no one deserves that, you know. Um, so that was definitely an emotional part of the movie. And then two last comments. I enjoyed hearing that like it's not just a competition. So when they go to their battle, it's not just, you know, to win. Like they're there to tell their story and say who they are, and to know that they are beautiful no matter what the decision is. And I that part made me extremely happy, and to see the confidence, and know that it's more than a competition. Um, and also what was interesting, oh, it was interesting to hear what they do as an escape. Um, I think voguing is extremely healing for them. It definitely takes them away from the pain that they're feeling and allows them to release. But aside from the voguing, like it was interesting to hear that things that they would do for attention, like getting in trouble, getting expelled from school, different things like that, because their home life wasn't that great, you know what I'm saying? And not only was their home life not great, but some of them was because, you know, of who they are, and the fact that they're gay, or the fact that they're transgender, or want to be transgender, or they don't feel like they're a man. But also some of them with just came from a bad home that was like verbally abusive, and or they were molested, and it just depends on like the situation too. So to know that Vogue can be used as an escape to free themselves is a very beautiful expression to me. So yeah, I really enjoyed Kiki. I definitely recommend it to anyone. It gives you a huge insight into, I always say this wrong, but it gives you a huge insight into the LGBTQ, you know what I'm talking about, that community. So it was truly beautiful, and it shows you that hard work can actually make a difference in your community, and the youth really needs us, and to step up and to participate in our community. So I think that was beautiful as well. And that also goes into urban. What? Because urban is a community, and the fact that they stepped up and they helped their community, I think Vogue is definitely urban hip hop. So, yeah.